kept on trying to recreate South by Southwest.
We're never going to be a South by Southwest.
I feel like that's what they're going for. I felt like that's what they were going for with D-Fest. Brady Block Party was just more like they just got a bunch of cool bands to play downtown. Unfortunately, tornado came, or it didn't come through, but there was a threat of it. And then had a bunch of high winds. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I was getting ready to watch Flaming Lips for the first time. I still have never seen Flaming Lips. I was really excited about that. The only thing I remember, storms hit, and I look up on the main stage, and I see Wayne Coyne with his big hair.
Yes.
I'm like, holding on for dear life.
That was a bad day. Festivals. I think we still got the good two right now with Hop Jam going, kicking. I think that's going to stay here for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, it's been around for 4 years.
Yes.
It's the largest craft beer and music festival.
Yes.
And, we've been a part of it every year with 97.5 KMOD and our sister station, 92.1 The Beat. And we've seen firsthand the crowds just grow every year.
Bigger and bigger every year. I was hoping but Center and Universe was going to stick around for a while. And maybe it'll come back next year.
Yeah, maybe.
They took a break for this year, dust it off, and come back. Because that was really starting to be a good thing. And it was making things happen around here. But
I think Hop Jam is just such a cool, unique idea of incorporating both beer and music. I mean, the craft beer part, which is growing and growing every year in Oklahoma. There's tons of little local brewers that are popping up. I'm even trying to concoct my own beer, get the Lunchbox going. Maybe I'll have my own booth out at Hop Jam next year.
Good. I will try it.
Yeah. The first batch didn't go very well.
Right.
I had our beer connoisseurs, Steve Scott, our traffic guy, and Clark. Dixon, try it. I'll never forget the reaction. They drink a little bit. I'm on the air in KMOD. They come in and are like, "B? Well, it's not the worst beer I've ever had. Come on, it tastes good. It's a little fizzy.
Fizzy.
You're pretty tight with the Hanson crew. You spend the holidays together and stuff?
I wish. I wish. No, we're not that tight. We're tight, but not that tight. I won't go to barbecues or anything. Not that I will say no and not go. Don't get me wrong. Oh, but yeah, with Hop Jam and Rocklahoma being the second festival we have that's been here for like forever, I think we're doing pretty good in Oklahoma, having two really good festivals that we always can count on and depend on and go to. And what I found out was that since we have Rocklahoma here, they have one similar in the UK called Download Festival.
Okay. And
this one lasts for 3 days and is metal, punk, and rock, which I've seen on what used to be Palladium. I don't know what it's called now. They have gigantor crowds. I don't know where they put all these people. I don't know where they park. I don't know where they live. I don't know what they do for a living, but it is so huge. I don't know how the people in the back can see anything in the front. There's like 2 sets of screens before you get to the stage to see who's on stage. Yeah. 2 sets of screens. And they're like a good football field apart so everybody can see what's going on. And this year is System of a Down, Fine Finger Death Punch, Aerosmith, Steel Panther, Slayer, Rob Zombie, Prophets of Rage, AFI, Fozzy, there you go, your band, Clutch, and Ministry are like the headliners.
Yeah, System of a Down's coming out with a new album at some point this year.
Which I can't wait to hear. Usually UK's festivals either like are poppy or EDM, electronic-based festivals. Now, there's one you have to go. I don't know if you heard about this one, but go to YouTube and look this up. Tomorrowland. It's in Belgium. It's one of the largest in the UK. But this one takes on 3 weekends because they do it in 3 different places. So one weekend is in Belgium. Another weekend it's in Brazil. And then they have one here in the States. And it's nothing but EDM. But it's like you're in a Tim Burton movie. It's so crazy and beautiful and weird. It's like you're in another world, like completely and totally in another world. And the people that go to these things, oh my God, I have not yet, to this day, every time I look it up, every year it comes, who's playing and the videos they make for these things, everybody's beautiful.
Yeah, really?
Everybody is beautiful.
Is it like a requirement to get in?
It has to be like, are you beautiful? No, you cannot come in. Are you beautiful? Yes, sure. You make enter. I mean, it's like crazy. Where do these people live? I mean, anyway, Belgium, everybody's beautiful. I don't think there's a single ugly person in Belgium that I can think of. Here in the U.S., we're a hodgepodge. We're kind of like hit and miss. But the thing is, everybody wears little to no clothes. Everybody is partying like crazy. They stay up all day and night and never sleep. But like outside the festival grounds, like Rocklahoma, like the campgrounds, there's like a carnival going on. So you have like rides and fire eaters and circus acts and daredevil things going on in the camping. And the camping's like crazy. Like they're like igloos. that you look like. It's crazy how big this thing is. So one of these days, I'll brave it up. I might be too old to be going to this thing now. But
you might not be able to get in.
I might not. You are the not pretty, too old category. You have to go. You have to go.
The only thing I knew about Belgium up to this point is they have awesome waffles. And I know that they got a pretty kick-ass EDM festival on top of that.
Festival, Tomorrowland. It's amazing. Even if you don't like that kind of stuff, just watching it just blows your mind about how this place comes out of nothing.
The Edward Scissorhands movie?
Yes. Dude, you have to look it up. When we're done, look it up. It's crazy.
We'll get back to Rocklahoma. When it started out as an 80s festival, right? 80s hair band. You've been to every single one.
Ever since the very first one. And I remember when they came here to talk to us about it, like I just started here working not too long before it started. And we're in this meeting, and they came to us like, all right, we got this idea. We're going to do a festival, and it's all 80s music. Okay, what do you really want to talk about? No, that's it. And when they gave us the lineup, we're like, you know what? As cheesy as it may sound, it sounds like a really cool idea and thing to go to, because it was that time where an 80s was coming back and festivals were popping up here and there, and all these bands were going back on tour because it was being hot at the time. So when they did it and we first went out there, I have never been that far in prior anyway in my entire life. I didn't even know that place was there. Like, you just drive in the middle of nowhere, all of a sudden you have this big fairground, and it's just unreal.
It's just such a funny aspect to it, because whenever you make the drive out to Pryor for Rocklahoma, and as you're driving out there, like, I'm passing all these fields.
Yes.
But why this field?
Why this field? What's so special about this one?
Right.
And you go out there and he's like, you know what? This is why it's special. This is why it really works. And this is why this experience is so kick-ass. But this thing's been going on for like 11 years now. We've had a festival for 11 years.
And it's evolved. It evolved from an 80s festival. At some point, they started incorporating some 90s bands and some current bands. And now it's developed into this awesome thing. I think I was reading an article on TulsaWorld.com that over 30,000 people are at this year.
Yes, it's amazing how much it's grown. And it's crazy was when it first started out, the first 2 or 3 years, it was like huge, like bam. Like people from around the world were coming. Yeah. I met people from Japan and Canada and Switzerland and Australia. I mean, all these countries. Pryor, Oklahoma. And it kind of, you only get the same band so many times, and so many bands can only play it. I mean, they're kind of dying off, I guess you could say. Not together, or members are lost here and there. The band weren't together anymore. I don't know. And when it started being what it is now, and it started to become huge again, and every time we go out there, it still amazes me, like, this is in Pryor, Oklahoma. Right here, in our backyard. This thing happens every year, and it's kick-ass.
Getting to meet the people that listen to KMOD on a daily basis is always cool. Rocklahoma Dick. That guy's a trip, man.
That dude, I love him, and I can't stand him, hate him at the same time.
I want to know what he does the rest of the year.
You know what? It's weird because when he comes out to our normal, everyday remotes or events or giveaways or something, he's sober and he's normal. Like, I don't recognize him. It takes me like a little bit like, oh, my God, okay.
That's his one weekend to let loose.
To let loose and become Rocklahoma Dick. Other than that, he is sober and very quiet and not all loud and shakes your hand. It's weird. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. So weird. So weird. I have a list here of the top 5 U.S. festivals.
Okay.
First one, of course, is Coachella. Sells out every year. Makes a lot of money. People love it. You're always going to get that photo gallery after it's done and while it's going on of all the hot, famous, even not famous hot people, all the talent that's out there. I'm not going to lie. It's cool, just not my thing. But it's the number one.
Okay.
Number 2 is South by Southwest.
I still haven't been to one.
I have not either. It always happens around my birthday.
Our former boss, Gary Weaver, gives me S every year. He's like, go for free.
I know,
Come on,
man.
Go
for free.
Yeah,
we
go
always
down
have
and
something
experience.
going on during that time.
Yeah.
Every year. It never fails. But that's number 2. Number 3 is one that I will never, ever, ever go to. No matter how much you paid me, I wouldn't go to this one. My brother's been twice.
Okay.
I think he's crazy for going. It's Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Burning Man. It's in the middle of nowhere desert. It is hot with no shade. It is dirty.
Sounds like a horrible
It
idea
is
for a
so
festival.
dirty because there's no shade and it's all dirt. I mean, apparently it's like a big community that goes out there every year. Some bands play, but it's mostly about the community and getting together, and they barter for things. I don't think there's like money involved.
Okay.
And you get I wouldn't say weirdest people, but you get very eclectic people. the outfits are outrageous and crazy and awesome. No.
I can't believe this one made the list.
This one it's pretty big.
Okay.
I mean, it's huge. It's crazy how many people you see going out to this thing because our friend Rhonda.
Yeah,
she's been out to Burning Man, I believe.
Okay.
Yes. My brother raves about it. He's like, it's one of those things, man, you got to go to once. I'm like, no, you don't have to go once.
None of
I've
that.
I've seen you go out. I've seen what goes on.
The description you just read, none of that leads me to go, yeah.
It's not my thing. I don't do drugs, and I really don't drink that much. And I'm not going to be doing none of that in a desert with no water watching a man burn. No. Number 4 is the Pitchfork Music Festival.
Okay.
This one's pretty big, too. And this is one I would go to. It's one of those, like, it's getting more eclectic with their artist.
Yeah.
But it's on point. This one's really good to go to. Number 5 is the Governor's Ball. I didn't know about this one.
Governor's Ball.
But every time I've looked it up, the acts that play this thing are huge.
Like some of the acts?
Yes.
What are some of the acts?
Like anything you want, like any of the big name acts. Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z has played.
Okay.
Foo Fighters, Red Hot Chili Pepper. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. It's pretty big. Tool is actually headlining this year.
Hey.
Yeah. And number 6, I only went to 6, is Lollapalooza.
Okay.
Now, the thing about Lollapalooza, it used to be a touring act, like a touring festival.
Yeah. Well, they still have a few of them. They got one in Brazil.
But now it's just the one in Chicago and the one in Brazil, and then that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is hard for me to go to because when am I have time to go to Chicago?
Right.
And definitely,
awesome
I would love
city.
to go to Brazil, but that's not going to happen either. If I can't go to Chicago,
on our DJ
I'm not
salaries.
going to Brazil. It's just not going to happen. But that's one of those, like, is in our, like, we grew up with. Like, you've always heard about Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
And you always saw it on MTV and who was playing and all the interviews. And it looks so amazingly kick-ass. And how it's grown from, like, this traveling tour to this. We're making 2 big stops. We're making those 2 big stops incredible. And we're going to make an experience that people will enjoy and get a lot out of, which I think I like about it.
I like that. Finding a location, like setting up shop, and then that's where it is every year.
It's dependable. You know you can trust it. It's going to be here.
It's the tradition,
yes,
man.
I like that.
Yeah.
But that brings me up to, like, sponsorship. Like, Lollapalooza started off being, like, this great thing, and all of a sudden to get all these sponsors.
Yeah,
commercialized it, which I get.
Got to make that money.
For something.
Yep.
But which I think sooner or later you have to give in to demand.
How all festivals start out. They start out for the love of the music, and then at some point somebody comes in and is like, right, to keep this thing going, we're going to have to sell some sponsorships. Yes. We're going to have to make some money here and there.
Money. You got any money? I want
money.
Right? All right, call up Monster, see if they want to. Yeah. But I realize when it's sponsorships, that keeps the price of the tickets low. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $500 for something where you can give me it for $150.
Right.
So I'm not going to knock it.
If anything, I want to experience one of those UK festivals at some point in my life.
I'm not going to lie. I love EDM music. I do. I'm too old to be listening to it and too old to be going to shows.
Yeah, but we could be the old guy, the cool old guy.
I am the old guy in the back.
Bobbing her head a little bit.
Yes, and all these little kiddies running around, all doing their thing. I remember the last time we went to one, it was Excision, and me and my wife were there, and the guy who was next to me probably was like 17.
Yeah.
And he looks up at me and he's like, whoa. He's like, hey, man, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, you know what, man? I think you're pretty cool. I'm like, really? Well, what did I do? He's like, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I still want to be going to these things, man, when I'm your age. I'm like, you don't even know how old I am. What? That's when I realized I may be too old. But you know what? I like it too much. I'm not going to give it up. I'm not. But going to this, like a concert at the Canes or the EDM show, is amazing. So going to a festival when it's all around is like, there was one that was, oh my God, I forgot about that one. There was one in Oklahoma City that happened one time. Yeah. And it was like 3 big main acts. It was like Bass Nectar, Skrillex, and I forgot who.
Would it be Deadmau5?
No, it was I forget the name of the third one. Yeah. I didn't go on that Sunday. Yeah. And it was one of the coolest things you'll have ever been to because it was like the big main stage. Yeah. And then all around it were like small little tents. But each one of those tents had a DJ inside a tent. Yeah. And so if you wanted to go this one, you go, I mean, it was just like incredible. The atmosphere, like people were really nice. And They were awesome, and you got to watch all this amazing music. And then people didn't care about what